Yes YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a breakdown of what supplements are actually worth it, what supplements I take and what ones I think you should spend your money on in order to maximise the amount of progress you are making in the gym. First and foremost, supplements are an added extra and some of them can be very pricey, so they're not something I would look to add in unless my training, sleep and nutrition were all already in a very good place. If yours are not, spend a good bit of time nailing them down and getting them perfected, and then look to add in a supplement or two here and there. There are only two that I recommend for literally every single person, and there is a third that I think can be beneficial for the majority of people. And then outside of that, supplementation can be very person specific, and to be honest, it can just be whatever you can afford to spend your money on, because like I said, they can be very pricey and you can end up with 10 different things in that you have no idea what any of them are doing, and you're paying 200 quid a month for them. One recommendation is whey. Get a good quality whey in your diet. It is the most bioavailable source of protein, so it is the protein that our bodies can uptake the easiest, and it generally just tastes class and it makes so many meals so good. I use whey twice a day, once in my cream of rice and once in my oats. You can use it in loads and loads of other meals, stuff like creamies, yogurt bowls, anything like that. I use the Trained by JP Performance Isolate and the cinnamon Danish flavour. It is absolutely unreal, but there is pretty much a flavour to suit anything you like. I would not recommend just getting your protein from absolutely anywhere though, and just like the supermarket, because the quality of like the sort of stuff you get off My Protein and Asda is very low and can cause a lot of digestive bother for people, which whey should not, as it is the most bioavailable and easy to absorb source of protein for anyone, unless you are like lactose intolerant. I recommend going on somewhere like Pit Stop Nutrition, for example, where they have a wide variety of wheys available from loads and loads of very good quality sources. Places like Trained by JP, like Perform, they're much higher quality than those that you get in a supermarket, and generally will taste much better as well as digest much better for you. The second thing that I recommend to absolutely everyone is creatine. It is cheap, it is reliable, and it is the most researched supplement on the market, and it is incredibly beneficial for you, not just in terms of training and recovery, but also now we're finding out that it also benefits cognitive function and brain health. You can get this from pretty much anywhere, and it's one of those supplements that if you can pick it up in the supermarket and it is pure creatine monohydrate, there is absolutely nothing wrong with getting it from there. The recommended serving size is 5 grams a day, and that kind of fits everyone, but you can have up to like 30 grams a day. Generally what I would recommend for people, and what I do, is a gram per 10 kilos of body weight. So I sit between 70 and 80 kilos most of the time, so I have 78 grams a day, but to be honest, I just chuck 2 scoops in my shaker in the morning and have about 10. Generally, the more you have, when you get up to like 20-30 grams a day, that is when you see more of the sort of cognitive benefits of it. But that's not something that everyone needs, but it can be very beneficial after like a really rough night's sleep. You see loads of people talking about how they feel a big difference from it. The third thing that I recommend to 9 out of 10 of my clients, and I think is incredibly beneficial for just about everyone, is a good quality electrolyte supplement. Hydration is also massively important when we are training often, whether that be in the gym, out runs, anything like that, and just drinking water is not enough to stay properly hydrated. You need to make sure you've got all your good quality electrolytes in there, so you've got sodium, potassium, magnesium and calcium all in your sort of electrolyte formula. Sometimes they also have things like taurine added to help with the sort of cellular uptake of the electrolytes, but that is not necessary in all of them. Again, this is not something I would just get from the supermarket. I would look to get a really good quality one from somewhere like Supplement Needs, Trained by JP, somewhere like that, or just go on Pit Stop Nutrition, like I said previously, have a look through all their electrolytes on there, as pretty much all of them are very good. There I mentioned 4 different electrolytes, but the 2 most important ones for us when it comes to training is going to be sodium and potassium. Potassium is massively involved in the contraction of your muscles, and sodium is what we lose most of when we sweat, so it's what we want to be replenishing with. Now this isn't something you need to have every day, but it is really beneficial during the summer when we are naturally sweating more. And it's also very beneficial sort of first thing in the morning or pre or during training. Those are the 3 that I recommend to 90% of people, and then out with that we sort of have our general health supplements, things like your omega-3s, your vitamin Ds, stuff that we generally do not get enough of in our day-to-day diet, which can be massively beneficial. Vitamin D, like I just said, is massively important, especially if you live in the UK. You do not get that much sunlight during the summer, never mind during the winter, so keeping this in year round is absolutely great for your bone health. and even double dosing it during the winter can make a massive, massive difference when we see next to no daylight. Omega-3s are another one that is massively, massively beneficial. Most people do not eat too much fish in their diet, so getting an omega-3 supplement or a krill oil supplement can be massively beneficial. They're great for joint health, they're great for brain health, and so many other things in the body. Krill oil is generally just a much, much higher sort of quality fish oil, and contains some really good antioxidants as well as your omega-3s. Those are the two health supplements I would generally recommend everyone gets in if they do have the money for it. And then there is loads of added extras we can put in there on top of that. Stuff like multivitamins, just to sort of make sure we're not deficient in anything, can be absolutely great. Things like glutathione, which is a very, very strong antioxidant, can be brilliant and can help to reduce your chance of getting unwell. And then vitamin C as well, again, something that is found in loads of fruit and vegetables and is really, really beneficial for us. Then we can sort of look into our sleep supplementation. You can get just a sleep complex, something like Night Night from Pitch Up Nutrition or Dream Sleep from Trained by JP, but generally the two things I would recommend the most is going to be one, magnesium, by far the best supplement for your sleep and overall well-being. Taking magnesium alongside your final meal of the night is absolutely great, helps to calm and relax your nervous system before going to bed, and is also an essential electrolyte like I mentioned. Then you have stuff like your ashwagandha, which also helps to sort of calm you down, but by far the best single sleep supplement I would recommend is magnesium. You can then also look into your digestive health supplementation. The big one I would recommend for the majority of people is going to be glutamine. It's an essential amino acid and it is involved in the repair of our gut lining. It's also very, very cheap and affordable. You could then look at something like a full digestive sort of health matrix, something like Digest Max from Strom Sports is absolutely great. Contains probiotics, digestive enzymes and insoluble fibre from psyllium husk, but those are very, very pricey and very person specific, and the same with GDA's glucose disposal agents. Again, can be very, very beneficial, but they are person dependent and don't really apply to everyone. So in terms of your digestive health, the one thing I would go for would be glutamine if I sort of had the money there for it. But to be honest, as long as you make sure all your meals are digesting well, you're not having too much processed foods, you're going to be absolutely fine digestion wise and don't need to worry about these. And that is it, to be honest. Nothing overcomplicated and nothing too fancy. Generally, the things that I would recommend for everyone is going to be your electrolytes, creatine and protein powder. Then if you've got a bit of extra money sitting for some health supplementation, I would look at getting a good quality omega-3 and vitamin D. And as an added extra to sort of help with sleep, I would get magnesium. And if digestion is something you struggle with, I would look at glutamine supplementation as well. But generally, that is it. All of the extras are very person specific and are just a lot of money that you don't need to spend, to be honest, when there are things that can just generally be covered by having a very, very good quality diet. Don't stress your supplementation. Keep it simple and only spend the money on it if you have the cash to burn, because to be honest, it's a lot of money for stuff that you're not necessarily going to feel. If you found this useful or have any questions, just leave a wee comment below. And if you are interested in coaching with me, you can leave a comment below with your contact details. You can give me a message over on Instagram, or click the link in my bio and it'll take you straight to my WhatsApp where we can have a chat about you, your goals and how we're going to get you there.